Though no subsequent civil war matched the years of blood in its devastation, conflicts continued under successive Centauri emperors. Despite presenting a unified front to the galaxy, Centauri history reveals persistent class warfare between those who claimed privilege by birthright and those who did not. No conflict illustrated this divide more starkly than the upheaval following the Not-Oro Act. This decree reduced serious but non-violent criminals to slave status, a fate the nobility readily endorsed precisely because they remained exempt. Convicted nobles received either leniency or confinement in exclusive penal facilities. The Not-Oro Act explicitly exempted such incarceration. Commoners erupted in fury, not at the creation of a slave class, but at their exclusive vulnerability to it. While nobles violated imperial law without consequence, commoners faced the loss of all civil rights. The Act's open-ended list of qualifying crimes only deepened their rage. Commoners took up arms, demanding the Act apply equally to all classes. The nobility refused with matching fury. As the privileged elite, they would not allow their fates to be dictated by social inferiors. The commoners were doomed from the start. They could not withstand the nobility and their military forces, who were themselves exempt from the Act regardless of their crimes. With their privileges secured, military personnel crushed the commoner uprising. The Not-Oro Act remained unchanged, and the common classes eventually submitted. The Not-Oro Act created a three-tiered society with slaves at the bottom. Within a generation, lawmakers faced an unforeseen complication: enslaved Centauri were bearing children. After establishing the legal status of these offspring, society absorbed its new indentured labor force and stability temporarily returned. Inevitable outrage sparked yet another conflict, one among countless uprisings during this blood-soaked era. Recording them all would be impossible. Most little wars ended unremarkably. Nobles died. Commoners died. Once both sides employed slaves as soldiers, slaves died in droves. The military served the Republic and usually backed the royal court, though they rebelled when their own privileges came under threat. Cultural strife drove unprecedented technological advancement. In 3 centuries, the Centauri leapt from industrial society to the atomic age. Many historians attribute the peace of the 1400s to nuclear weapons, and the royal court's clear willingness to deploy them against rebellious populations. Peace through threat of annihilation, certainly, but preferable to 600 years of intermittent slaughter. By the end of the era of imperial strife, Centauri society had stabilized into a relatively fixed structure. Though unrest still simmered beneath the surface, the social hierarchy had solidified, and major conflicts were rare. Violence within the Republic had reached historic lows, and the Empire stretched across the entire Centauri homeworld. The Centaurum commanded everything within their reach, except for one unconquered frontier, the heavens above. In 1101 CE, the heavens answered. A burning lance of steel tore through the atmosphere and crashed into Mount Soros Peak, 400 miles north of the Imperial Palace. To investigate the phenomenon, and to quell rumors that it signaled the Great Maker's wrath over the people's abandonment of their faith, an expedition departed for the site shortly after. The heavily armed contingent discovered not one, but 2 wrecked starships buried in stone and snow at the mountain summit. One had lain there for nearly a millennium, the other was the blazing light that had streaked across the night sky. The recent arrival was a Shogren vessel sent to recover the lost hull of the first ship. Centuries earlier, when the Shogren had been driven from Centauri Prime, one ship had been scuttled after its crew failed to evacuate. The Centauri who discovered the wrecks, of course, knew none of this. They knew only that they had found a gift from the heavens, one that might grant them technology far beyond their own capabilities. The ships were crated and hauled down the mountainside in strict secrecy. The contingent had orders to deliver their discoveries directly to the palace. If the noble houses obtained the wrecked ships and their secrets before the imperial court could examine them, the consequences would be catastrophic. This wisdom proved prescient. Spies from several high houses had already infiltrated the exploration team, and under their direction, numerous crates were diverted to their employers. The Shogren technology was scattered piecemeal among the houses, its secrets unraveled by each family's scientists and technical slaves at roughly the same time. Few houses knew of the others' discoveries, Each believed itself the sole inheritor of these gifts of the Maker. The spacecraft yielded their secret slowly. Long before the Centauri could replicate interstellar travel, they had unlocked the ship's weapons and power systems. This sparked a rapid technological leap within the houses, one too dramatic to remain hidden for long. Eventually, the high houses learned of the secrets their rivals possessed. Recognizing that dominance in this scientific race required controlling as many technological wonders as possible, the nobility did what came naturally to the Centauri: they went to war. The War of Heaven's Wrath was a time of terror for the Centauri. It was waged with weapons so devastating that attackers, defenders, and bystanders alike became victims of their use. High-energy cannons built without safeguards, radiation guns lacking shielding, and explosives more destructive than their own creators could fathom wreaked havoc across the streets and fields of the Centauri homeworld. The nobility soon realized they had overreached in their quest for dominance. The Emperor's forces, also equipped with technology from the crates that had reached the palace, ended the War of Heaven's Wrath with an announcement that stunned every faction in the conflict.